Every day, historic buildings across America are being torn down, and what's inside can be lost or destroyed forever. But not if Mike and Robert get there first.
Bring it down just a little bit.
From an old farmhouse to an abandoned mill, together they restore, repurpose, or resell whatever salvage they can find.
Now, this is a no fun thing.
They're saving pieces of history and America, one salvage job at a time.
The value just keeps going up.
They are the Salvage Dawgs.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
Gentlemen,
It's a new batch. What's up, bud?
Ted and I just came back from the Science Museum downtown.
Cool.
You know, they've been getting rid of some of their, well, to me, classic, science.
Classic vintage.
Classic science exhibits.
True live antique.
But we got a cool one on the truck. You guys gotta come check it out.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. I remember playing with this as a kid. Classic exhibits.
Yeah.
Remember this guy?
Yeah. And the price is right.
This was kind of go to a good home kind of deal.
Yeah.
And,
That bike was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was cool in the museum, but
Well, it's funny that Tay went and picked it up because he, as a kid, would go to field trips to the Science Museum and play with this thing.
biking's pretty simple in your head, but there's actually a lot physically that goes on. So the point, I guess, is to replicate the same movement. So...
blown ACL.
Aging Dr. Panache.
Watch your hands, Robert.
Watch out, Robert.
Just get one like it, Tay.
You gonna blow it out again?
Just... There we go.
There he goes.
Put it on doping speed now.
Look at that guy. Who said you can't ride with a torn ACL? I think this is real sellable to maybe a bike shop or something they want.
I think the bike needs to stay together with the girl.
I'm with you. We'll have her ACL fixed.
Yeah. Just needs, we can rebuild her.
All right, we good?
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
good job, guys.
Nice. You saved it.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, man. Good save.
I do like that thing. All right, Robert. Get off the phone and tell us what we're doing
I'm
today.
just trying to check on the schedules here and checking the weather. You guys, we're headed to Southside Virginia, South Boston in particular.
So
this
bad.
week. A guy named Carlisle Wimbish called us, and he's got an old farmhouse that was his wife's family's. Basically, it's a tobacco farm. Hogs, raise hogs and sheep on it. Now he's
retiring.
Yeah, and this old farmhouse has got to get off the property. He's paying taxes on it. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. There's a really cool arch window here that we'll take the whole thing out.
And this pair of the front doors are nice.
Yeah,
nice,
they're all good.
Now,
So-
he's also got several different farm buildings, barns, and a tobacco barn. That's kind of
always
stuffed
fun.
with stuff that he's willing to
tell
part
him I could
with.
be hidden it.
Also, before we leave, we got to get help Jeff. Remember the big portico off the rectory in Ohio?
What you got in mind?
Outdoor kitchen.
Oh, cool.
It is. We're going to drop it down. We're going to rip the roof off of it. We're going to rip the ceiling out of it.
Is that it? That's all we got to do?
That's all we got to do this week.
Cool.
No, what's left is doing it.
Roll.
Nothing to it.
Would you guys go ahead and do the work, and I'll...
No, that's
call
my
the-
job now.
Oh, right.
Hey, give me the clipboard, for goodness sake. Y'all, you boys get to work.
Had this great idea. We were taking this door out at Chillicothe, and at the same time, the portico started falling on our heads. Once it hit the ground, it's like, perfect. Outdoor kitchen. How about that?
We want to make this thing, modular so that people can transport it, we can sell it to somebody, or it can be modified. We might make it a little bit smaller, but it's going to sit up on a platform, and that platform is going to stick out a little bit for your foot rail.
We had it up on its end, on the wheels, and we decided, okay, first off, we're going to take the roof off. It was tough. There was a little bit of meat to it. And as soon as we got that all off, I knew it. I mean, it was going to be a great project.
You get a mark on it, 19 and 8. This, for now, just lop these ends off.
Right.
All right? And then start thinking about this platform that we're going to build.
Jeff and Lonnie, they were going to get most of this work done. I just wanted to make sure that it got started the right way, and then we had to take off to South Boston.
All right, cool.
Getting better at it.
Yeah. If we can minimize the amount of effort and time we put into it and get it to the sales floor, then that's a home run.
we are a couple miles east of South Boston, Virginia. This house was out in the middle of nowhere. Hadn't been lived in since, I think, the 1960s. It was built probably late 1800s.
Where are we?
South Boston. We're
Yeah,
in South-
Sobo.
We're in South Boston, Halifax County, Southside Virginia. And Mr. Wimbish has invited us down here to take what we can get. She's got a lot of nice wood, beaded paneling, flooring, doors, and he says he's got some other things that we might be interested in. We'll have to pick and choose after we do the work here.
Can we not pick and choose first?
I have a feeling if you pick and choose, you're going to want to leave.
Yeah.
I think, Mike, what we probably got to start with is clearing out this porch.
All right, I got that.
Take the doors out. From then on, I'm thinking we start upstairs.
Tick spray.
Are there ticks?
Ticks. They're ticks. I've had one tick on me already.
Today?
Oh,
Today.
we'll spray up.
Really? Danger. All right, let's get to work.
All right, boys, in the center.
All right, guys. 1, 2, 3,
Dogs! Hit me with the D.
Gotta protect the zone.
I got it, Robert.
For the scrap.
He's keeping them.
There goes the patina.
This house had a lot of tongue and groove paneling, pine, but what I liked about it was the color. You know, this blue, this light blue, worn off patina.
No, I really like this color.
Good mood.
This is well worth the effort.
It's not a finish that you're going to come up with very easily on your own. This is, I'm sure it was a real strong blue, like a milk paint, and then years of weather, sun, and now water coming through here has created this finish on it, and that makes some beautiful furniture. We'll start top to bottom. Safest way to do it.
Let's make some noise.
Sir,
That's a good looking little door. Original glass in it.
it's good.
Yeah. In any house like this, because when people move out or they decide that it's no longer livable, I'm not sure what this is. They'll either use it for storage or just close the doors and walk away. Look at this, Robert. Looks like an old radio.
We'll turn it on. What's playing?
A lot of good stuff laying around that house. You know, what other people might consider kind of worn out furniture, but I think it has some future.
Those are dining room chairs. Kind of got a craftsman style to them. A gold mine. Someplace to sit.
Normally, Robert's cranking out. He's either barking at somebody or counting his money. Come on, Robert, let's get to work, buddy.
I am working. What do you think I'm doing?
And to come out and find him sitting down, my first thought is he sick?
Did I tell you this chair is comfortable?
You did.
Good.
As soon as you get off of that thing, I'm gonna break it.
I was working. I was uploading and downloading and side loading.
I'm sweating just thinking about it.
Right.
Everybody else was cranking out, and he sat down. So I'm not gonna let him sit by himself. I'm gonna sit down with him. I think reupholster this thing would be pretty nice. Oh, that's comfortable.
I'm thinking all these chairs are not good for production.
I know.
I'm hoping they're getting something done upstairs.
They are. It sounds like production.
How are we going to get through this day?
1 minute at a time, Robert. 1 minute at a time.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Come on, Grayson, get it. What are you doing, girl?
Grayson riding the struggle bus over here.
Grayson rolls with the punches here. She's the perfect match for us misfits.
What kind of fashion statement are you making there, Grayson? What is it?
This is the new thing. It's totally hot in Europe.
She doesn't take any guff from Ted or Tay. You know, she can give it back.
Those textbooks.
I've never seen anybody pick it up so fast and be so comfortable with the way we do work.
Okay.
And have such a good way about her, but she's getting the work done.
All right, timber. That one felt good.
Today we're in South Boston and we're tackling the Weatherford house, which was an old sharecropper's house. It's in its last stages. Some rot in there.
You know, there was rot. There was dry sawdust blowing everywhere, getting in your eyes. I've seen houses in worse shape, but it was time for this one to go.
Anybody out there? Good.
I liked the window. I thought it was architecturally pleasing. Yeah, this is this is handmade sash, but you know, you can see how they sheeted back in the day. Instead of getting curved, you know, milling out curved wood, they make cuts to make the radius.
That's in case you break the first one.
I want to take the whole thing out. I want to take the jam, the case mold, and everything in one piece.
All right. And then how long is it going to be before you break that glass right there? Just go ahead and do it
Wanna
now.
do it
All right.
Yeah, you know, I can be safe when I need to be. You know, I mean, because it's fragile. And we could have twisted it enough to break it. So Ted and I were surgical.
You want to put any tape on this and
Oh,
break
no,
it?
no.
All right.
All right, so we're just gonna pull.
I think my surprise is like, oh, I almost got that glass.
Wasn't me. There it is. There it is. All right. Yeah, you can only be so careful with a piece like this.
That was touch and go there for a while.
It was. It's already in distress. So if it falls apart on the way out, that's just the way it is. But you know, treat it with some respect.
That was pretty impressive. So he'll just take a chainsaw and cut it out and push it out the...
I just didn't have a chainsaw in hand. That was
Wasn't
not a
available.
problem.
Wasn't currently available.
Yeah. I knew it was coming.
That's awesome, dude.
Hey, Tim. While we're working down in South Boston, Jeff, I hope, and his brother Tim are working on a outdoor kitchen project.
But you know those plates I gave you, those steel plates? Well, if you'd start working on those, I'll finish up this side, maybe we get this thing out of here today.
Okay.
I have a lot of confidence in what Jeff can accomplish. He's a smart guy. He's a builder. He knows what he's doing.
This thing is hung on a house for 100 years. The last 30 was probably sagging. So there's just really nothing square about it. Everything is a custom cut.
This is one of the many things that Jeff can come up with, and I've got to make it work. This is the actual foot. This is what comes in contact with the ground. That bolt fits up through there, and you can adjust it by moving the nut up or down.
Screw the plate up, and off we go.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I'm making the assumption that Jeff and Tim have gotten this kitchen done. I can't wait to see it.
We got a lot done though.
Yeah, we did.
Can't wait to see a burger being cooked up.
Yep.
You know, it's always good when we can bring stuff home. The staircase was kind of plain, but since it's there and it'll probably come out pretty easy, we'll probably take it as well.
What are we doing?
Why are these still here? I thought you were supposed to take these out.
Did Mike say you want to save them? Is that what the
Yeah,
deal is?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mike wants it. So anyway, so that's why I've got the strap rigged in the midpoint.
Okay.
Okay. Put the forks up there. Put the strap around it. Maybe tie it back to here, and then just try and wiggle it.
We could have easily taken them out the way we always do. But no, we had to get the big guns in there.
You just break it off as you...
All right.
Now, Scott wants to participate. Him and Mike are so much alike, it's hilarious.
This is good stuff.
What?
We don't like your plan.
What I knew that.
The stairs weren't worth that much, but he wanted to save.
Okay, well, you can try pulling. At least that half of it.
And of course, what happens? 2 pieces.
There's your stairs.
Thank you. Just how I envisioned them.
All right, well...
Our work here is done. Morning, Carlisle.
Morning.
Well, good to see you, Joe. It's very nice to see you.
Yeah, the owners were some cool folks, Carlisle and Joe Wimbish. And Joe actually lived in that house back in the day.
We got a few of this is old corn crib.
You always hope there's some easy picking stuff instead of the salvage that you have to do. And they had some outbuildings and an old barn. We were going to go see if there was anything that he would let go. And we found some stuff. I like that. I like enameled signs. Whoa.
Oh, easy. What you getting into, Mike?
Well, I see something back here I'm interested in.
Watch your fingers. He's trying to kill us, Carlisle.
What is this? Looks like a...
These are hotbed sashes. We put them over top of your tomato plants. And
What are you going to do with them, Mike? If you say table, I'm going to...
No, I don't see table, but I see, you know what I see? I see a rune screen. Put them together. Kind of like a soji screen. Soji?
Soji?
Yeah. What do you think? $5 a piece?
That'll do better than that. $10
Can't
a
do
piece.
much better.
$10 a piece.
$7.50.
All right.
We can do that.
Put that on there,
Sold
Robert.
to the better.
Clearly, it wasn't about the money.
How about that guy?
He wanted to get rid of the stuff, and he wanted to have fun on its way out.
25.
Done.
I finally got it one up mine.
You're getting it right now. You're getting it right. So was some good picking. That's a little baby wagon.
My dad built this.
Did he really? Joe was serious about thinning it out, getting it away. I like that one because that's how we get stuff.
$50.
I'm happy.
All right, we got some wagon wheels back here.
That's old saw blade.
Saw blades, $5 a piece. All right, is that it? Is there more picking around here?
Yeah, he ran us through all this great picking.
We got a couple things in that.
He's mentioned the fact that, hey, back in my house, I got some other stuff that I'd like you to see. Once you get away from the old farm and to his garage, I knew we'd come up to a different kind of tier here.
Boy, this looks like a clubhouse in here.
Negotiations may take a little bit tougher turn.
So this is the Coke machine, eh? Well, there's a few pieces there right in back in the corner. One was an old upright Coke machine in pretty bad shape. Does it cool? Does it
I don't think it does anything.
Although it was in very poor condition as far as the finish on it, it's a fairly rare machine.
About 100 for it.
Now you got to do better than that.
Well, how much better? Because we may just have to go home, Mike. I'm tired.
already?
Yeah. How about 2? I'll do 2 on it.
Two.
2.
Done.
You got done.
All right.
I shook on it, so we're done. I was the ambassador.
As always,
That was the UN.
yeah,
I was
it's-
Switzerland. I want everybody to be happy. Anything else you got to get rid of?
That's a nice box. You willing to get rid of that? Give you $10 for it.
Our prices were more than fair, and it was Mike was throwing in bones all over the place, and
Was I?
Yeah, you were.
Damn, I'll give you 20.
I'll sell it to him.
What the hell?
You know, when you're dealing with somebody about some of the pieces that they own, you don't want to fight too much with them. You want to. Everybody feels good and shakes hand and is happy about the transaction, and I think we made that with Carlisle.
I'm hearing that my kitchen is done.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, that's what they're telling me.
I don't believe you. That
Like,
thing
I
was a
can't-
pile. I don't think it had any cred left in
Come
it.
on, man.
Yeah. Whoa, look at this, Robert. There's no way that's the porch. This is incredible. The guys did a fantastic job. You turned this potential disaster
I know.
into this.
If you hadn't almost make this thing come down on my head,
You're welcome.
yeah.
I tell you what, you pulled the old easy now. It was surprisingly good. Yeah. He surprised me.
Damned with faint praise.
Can we like fire this thing up? I mean, Robert had a vision and he got the guys to muster up a pretty cool piece.
What can I get you?
Give me a burger and a beer, please. It was a great week. Always a good week here at Black Dog Salvage. We have fun. This house has tons of good wood. Loved it. The arch window was cool. It was a freestanding piece.
Coke machine, it's got a good look to it.
This was a cool build.
That turned out well. Got to get the right customer.
It's amazing that we pay ourselves to do this.
Sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we don't.